Greetings everyone, and welcome to part 5 of Mega Man 9. Oh boy, we haven't seen this in a long while, you know, Wily Saucer, that horrible noise, those shifting eyebrows. This really brings you back, doesn't it? But that's the point of this game. Alright, so to recap, Dr. Wily stole the evidence needed to free Dr. Light from his imprisonment, and now we have to go and get it. And yes, folks, they did reuse the Mega Man 2 Castle intro music. So, yeah. You know, I was kind of expecting the Wily Stage 1 music from Mega Man 2, you know. You know the music I'm talking about, but I suppose this music works too. I mean, I do enjoy this musical piece for Wily Stage 1. So, yeah. Now, off screen, what I did was I went ahead and grinded me some screws so that I would get, so that I have enough to buy a bunch of supplies, you know? E-tanks, an M-tank, a half damage, shock guards, beat calls, the works. Oh, and I also got an energy balancer, you know, just in case. Alright, this section here, we have to use Tornado Blow to raise these platforms so we do not touch the spikes, period. So, yeah. And these platforms will only stay risen for a short amount of time, so jump as soon as you can, okay? Yes. Spikes, spikes, spikes everywhere. I'm not that worried since I have Shock Guard, but still, you don't want to waste it yet. And of course, this section's here to trick you, because the platforms are positioned so that if you use Tornado Blow, you would get hit. So you would either risk death or wasting energy. Now I do like this whole lightning thing in the background. Kind of gives it an epic feeling, you know? Because, yeah, at this point, we didn't know if there was going to be a Mega Man 10. But, hey, what do I know of development history? Okay, yeah, I'm getting hurt, so what? I won't die at this section. I refuse to die at this section. Besides, I have E-tanks available just in case I screw up royally. Come on. Ugh. Ugh. Well, it doesn't really matter. I got some energy, and that's good. Oh, goody, the Dragon Mini-Boss again. Time to break out the Black Hole Bomb and, yeah, take care of this guy again. Now, I do hate this right here. If you go down the ladder, the boss will reset itself. So, like, ugh. Why put a ladder there? Why couldn't they just, I don't know, seal it off or something? I'm not really sure. But, yeah. I don't know if you defeat this guy, you can continue onward. I mean, here's the thing. If you defeat this guy and go down, will he respawn? Yeah, I don't know. Well, coming up here is a section filled with ever-spawning tellies, and I have a powerful satellite that will never die, so I'm going to farm for some energy right quick. So, I'll be right back, folks, and, yeah. Alright, I am recharged and ready to go. And I suspect the game put those tellies right there is because of this section right here. Insta-kill magma lasers. And getting past them requires a little bit of strategy, namely involving Rush Coil, especially around here since we are dealing with 3 insta-kill magma lasers. Now what we have to do is essentially summon Rush while on the ladder and quickly jump to the ladders on the right, not the left, on the right, because the one on the left will lead you to an energy tank, but also a dead end. And you need to get to the one on the very right to continue, because the one in the middle right here, the one I'm on right now, will take you to a dead end. So, just time it carefully, make sure you don't get hit by these insta-kill magma lasers, and ugh. Now again, the tellies that respawn over and over at this section, well, they're there just in case you screw up at this section. You can use them to refill your weapon energy, and you can get some lives, so you don't have to get a game over at this section just 'cause, you know? In fact, that's how I got all of my screws to buy things. I went back to Plugman stage, I used Jewel Satellite, found a nice spot that contained a bunch of ever-spawning tellies, And, well, went out for a bit. Just, did something else, you know? Surfed the internet, watched some TV, went to bed a little, you know, until my, screw count went to about, 999 screws in total. So, yeah. Yeah, if you want a good spot to farm for screws, Plugman stage, tellies, the end. Although in the process I did manage to get 9 lives, so that really saved a bunch on buying lives at the shop, so yeah, which meant that I had to actually complete Plugman stage, unfortunately, with those reappearing, disappearing blocks. However, thankfully there are no reappearing, disappearing blocks in Wily's castle, so you'd think he would equip those, but no, he didn't, which is good for me, because I hate those things. I hate those things. Anyway, here we are, the first boss of Wily's castle. And meet the Spike Ball Pushers, or Spike Pushers, whatever. These things, as the name suggests, will shoot to push the spikes towards Mega Man, and you can do the same thing to push the spikes towards them. Now, be careful. Even if you have Shock Guard, when those spike balls touch Mega Man, it's instant kill. Instant death. Okay. Now here's the thing about these things. The one with the one spike on top will only shoot small ones to move the ball slowly. The ones that have 2 horns and are red will have a charge shot, as it were, to push it back a little further. And another thing, as soon as the spike ball reaches the end and pushes on back towards the center, the spike pusher that was pushing it will change strategy. It will start shooting arrows that are, shoot through and can hurt Mega Man and home in on Mega Man, and they can be annoying. So, yeah. Otherwise, this boss isn't too bad. It's just a matter of dodging and yeah, if you have to use an energy tank, just don't be afraid to, especially if you have 9. So, yeah. With that, we have defeated the first boss of Wily Castle. Yeah. You know, I'm still expecting that Wily Stage 1 music after hearing that jingle, but I'll have to deal with Wily Castle number 2. Though, to be fair with this one, and after the Wily Castle 1 music of this game, it feels a little less epic, but it still kind of works. I mean, yeah. Preferably, I would have preferred the Wily Castle 1 music of this game throughout, but hey, since we're dealing further and further into the Mega Man series with more, variety and stuff, I mean, it would make sense for each stage of Wily's Castle to have its own unique theme, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, screw you, electric things. I have Brush Coil. Alright. You know, you could go across here using, I think you can use either Shock Guard and Rush Coil, but it's a good idea to take the safer pathway and get rid of these little mini devils in the process as well. Alright. And even playing it safe, I still get hurt by them. Ugh. And good thing about these little things, they don't reform back into a big little mini devil thing, and that's good. Hello there, Machine Gun Joe. That's red colored for some reason. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you know that most Sniper Joes are green, but we did have that one variant in Mega Man 2 that was yellow, because, variety is the spice of life or something. Whatever. It's dead. It was no match for the Black Hole Bomb. Here we go. These sections coming up. We have these robots here that can produce holograms of floors and ceilings and other things to fool Mega Man. I mean, this one's a bit tame. I mean, except for that Machine Gun Joe. And, you know, I should be using Black Hole Bomb, but I am in a Wily Castle and I have to conserve energy. That's right, folks. We have gone back to the tried and true method of going through Wily stages. Not like in Mega Man 7, 8, and base. No, this is pure Mega Man 1 through 6 method right here. There is no chance for Mega Man to rest. It's just straight on through, and any energy used will be carried over from stage to stage. And some people like the challenge, some people like the way it was done in Mega Man 7, where you can go back to a shop, refill your weapon energy, and go back to Wily's castle and continue onward from there. So, yeah. Again, some people have their preferences on how to play Mega Man games, and yeah. My method, I didn't mind the whole Mega Man 7, 8, and base aspect. In fact, I liked that aspect in Mega Man and base because it gave me a chance to recharge and get my energy back to full. Because, oh, I hate that game. 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 Okay, back to this game. Of course, I'm not fooled by those, those little platforms here protecting me from the spikes because they're fakes. They're holograms and such. So, yeah. Now, I am glad that Wily is back to his good old lab coat for this game and the next game, because having him with this whole super villain thing, that whole thing with the cape, it didn't feel right. I mean, technically he is a super villain, but I mean, he has more dignity with a lab coat and such. That's how I feel. Plus, it's the 8-bit. And it's this thing again. Oh, I hate this thing. I hate this thing. I hate this thing. Now, if you want to know its weakness, it's Magma Bazooka. Especially if you are at point blank range, you can get all 3 shots at it and destroy it quickly. So, and I'm not worried here. I have Shock Guard. Even if I fall into the spikes, I will not die instantly. Thankfully, those invincibility frames are saving me at the moment, and I won't die. I won't die here, so I won't have to repeat the beginning of this level. Yeah, folks, if you die here, you start the entire level all over again. So, won't this plant thing die already? Again, I'm not using Magma Bazooka because we are in a Wily Fortress, you know? Gotta save that energy. And I do have an M-Tank equipped on me, but I want to save it for later. But it doesn't matter, this thing is dead. Again. And thankfully the game gives you energy to recover in case, well, you do take a lot of damage. I will need Jewel Satellite to continue onward. Alright. Hello there, Octopi. With your ink, because, octopus and produce ink. And I'm assuming it's to help them against their predators and stuff, because there are things that like to eat squid in the sea, you know? Calamari. And, yeah. You know, to be fair, I've never had calamari or squid or any kind of thing. The only seafood I've ever eaten was fish, shrimp, sushi, that sort of thing. So, yeah. Anyway, if you want to be bold and take the lower path with all the spikes and difficult platforming, you can get an E-Tank. I'm skipping it because I still have plenty of E-Tanks to use, because, yeah. Ow. Okay, here comes some difficult platforming section, along with some annoying water enemies, so take your time. Don't rush things. Ow. And there's an extra life there. I'm guessing it's there because in case you screw up royally, you could, do this section all over again. Now, here's a cool trick that I've learned while watching some other playthroughs on YouTube. By placing Rush Coil right here, we can just jump off here and not touch the spikes, period. So, I like to thank Pink Kitty Rose for this advice. Yeah. Of course, these jumps here are a bit, crazy. It's like, ugh. I mean, it's all a matter of timing and, come on. Ugh. Whew. Dodge the bullet there. I think the worst of it's over. And of course, it's time to summon my Hornet minion to give me some health, because I'm not wasting an E-Tank. I'm not wasting valuable E-tanks, especially since they're a little hard to get in this section. I mean, I kind of wish we had something reminiscent of Mega Man 3's Wily Castle, where E-tanks are plentiful and everywhere. So, yeah. Alright. Alright, these things produce some holograms, but since I know exactly where they are, I can just do some careful platforming, and yeah. Although I could use Rush Jet, it costs energy. Yeah. Alright, UFOs. Alright. Let's do this carefully. Of course, what I should be doing is equipping Jewel Satellite to proceed on upward, and... ah! Crap. Okay, now I get the idea how to use Jewel Satellite. Again, this is a broken shield, the most broken shield in the entire game, in the entire series, and I love it. It's too bad nothing like this ever comes... It's too bad we never get anything like this ever again, sadly. And too bad this thing cancels out after you go from screen to screen, like right here. So I just... ugh. Okay, I'm going back down here because that big thing on top, it's, well, this thing gets closer and closer to the ladder. It homes in on Mega Man's location, and I want to have enough room so I can kill this thing before I can continue onward. But we're almost at the end. We are almost to the boss of Wily Stage 2. As soon as I get rid of this thing. And we are approaching from the left side. Oh, what's this? What is this go right to win crap? We're going left this time. Alright, the boss of this is actually kind of unique, really. And, big. Very, very big. Folks, meet Mega Mech Shark. Yeah, and like the name suggests, it is Mega, it's a mech, and it is a shark. And we have to destroy each section in order to proceed. For the tail section, best weapon to use is Laser Trident, because look at that, easy ownage. Alright, this middle section right here, thankfully those spikes are not insta-kill, or else I would be in trouble. I would use Tornado Blow if you have the energy, and if you do not, use Magma Bazooka because of its, well, fire range and all that stuff, and yeah. Now we get the front. Again, I would use Laser Trident, but I've read somewhere that you can use Hornet Chaser to get rid of the front. And it always has a permanent angry face on it for some reason, because it's angry, it's mean, and don't worry, we're going to kill it shortly. And here's the thing, this will not be the last time you will see this thing. I'm just saying. Alright, so that's it for Wily Stage 2. And in Part 6, we will take the fight to Wily once again. See you then.